welcome to Mountain Valley Today. We appreciate you joining us, and today my guest is Will Ainsworth, and he is the sponsor, owner, I guess is the better word?
Promoter.
Promoter,
Yeah, absolutely.
okay,
Yeah, exactly.
of the North Alabama Hunting and Fishing and Country Classic. That's coming up October 1st and 2nd. So Will, welcome to our program. We're so glad to have you today.
Yeah, glad to be here. Look forward to talking to you about it.
So tell us a little bit about what this event is and where it's going to be located.
Sure, it's going to be located just right down the road at the Rainsville Agribusiness Center. It's going to be a two-day event. It'll be Saturday, October 1st, and Sunday, October 2nd. And what it is, it's anybody that likes the outdoors. We've got all kind of the latest and greatest hunting and fishing products, outdoor products, and we're going to kind of talk about that throughout the show, what all we've got.
Okay. Now, this is something that's not brand new, but you've just recently acquired it and you're continuing on with what was started. Is that correct?
That's right, yeah. A local guy named Adam Berry had the show and been running it for a few years, and he approached us about buying the show last spring, and we decided to acquire it. And the reason he came to us is we have a show in Huntsville that y'all might be familiar with called the Tennessee Valley Hunting and Fishing Expo. We've been doing that. We started it. It's been going on 7 years, and it's grown to be one of the largest shows in the Southeast.
Wow.
So we're taking the same principles we applied on that with the marketing strategy as well as bringing in big-name celebrities right here to Rainsville, Alabama. And so we've got a big lineup coming in that we're excited about. One of those is, if you're familiar with the Duck Dynasty, a guy named Jace Robertson's going to be there on Saturday for 4 hours. And what's neat about that is he's not only just coming, but you're going to have the opportunity to meet him, get your picture taken, get his autograph, talk to him. And, that's really a great opportunity to get to meet, really one of the most famous hunters in America right now.
That's exactly right. And, he is a big draw. Lots of people like to go see him. They've been to other cities around there when he's been in this area. Or his brother, Willie?
Yeah, we've had, in Huntsville, we've had the largest attendance we've actually ever had was when Jace came.
Really?
And that was been about 4 years ago. We've had Cy, we've had Willie, we've had Jeff and Jessica. But, it's been 4 years since Jace has been to North Alabama. First time, in my knowledge, he's ever been to Jackson, Marshall, or DeKalb. Now, his Uncle Cy used to actually live in Jackson County over on the Paint Rock and grew up hunting there, worked in Huntsville on the Arsenal, and now they live down in Louisiana. But so they love North Alabama. They love the people here. And, if you think about it, the reason I think they relate so well to North Alabama is they're a family of faith. They love the outdoors, and that's really kind of what connects here. So.
Yeah. Well, my boys record Duck Dynasty all the time, and they're always watching. And, it's a good, wholesome show. We don't find many of those nowadays, do we?
It is. I mean, I've got twins, Hayes and then Hunter, that are 6, and it's great to know that there's actually a TV show that I don't have to sit there on the edge of my seat wondering if, there's going to be inappropriate language or inappropriate scenes. It's like you said, it's a good, wholesome show. I enjoy it because I love the outdoors, and it's kind of outdoors related. Obviously, they've got a lot that's not outdoors related now, but the way they got started, I don't know if you know this or not, but they got started with a show called The Duck Commander, and The Duck Commander was a big hit. I grew up watching them being a duck hunter, and then all of a sudden, they took that and then grew it into Duck Dynasty, and obviously it's one of the top shows in America. So,
if I'm not mistaken, what I remember my boys watching, and I watched it too, they always end it with like a meal, and they're all gathered around the table. Usually there's a prayer.
There is, that's right.
And just nice family values that are promoted on national television. It's glad to have them in the area. And again, that's on Saturday, correct?
That's right, yeah.
What
Jace
time?
will be here on Saturday. So the show opens from 10 to 5 on Saturday. Jace will be here from 11 to 3.
Okay.
And that's when you can come, and again, you can actually meet him face to face, get his autograph, get your picture taken to put on Facebook. That's a popular thing. And, a couple of people made this possible. Harbin, Mountain Valley News here, Bankston Motorhomes, and First South Farm Credit. Those are our sponsors and people we want to thank, because without their support, it wouldn't be possible to have a celebrity like that come to Rainsville.
Right.
So that's a big deal.
Well, and also you've got another celebrity coming on Sunday.
That's right, yeah. On Sunday, we've got Chris Lane, Bassmaster Classic champion from right there in my hometown of Gunnersville. And for the bass fishing fans, he lives on the lake, he fishes on the lake, and he's one of the best. If you look at him, he won the World Series of Bass Fishing. It's called the Bassmaster Classic. I believe it was 2013 is when he won that. And that was a big deal. And I remember we had a big parade for him in Gunnersville,
Really?
and I mean, just thousands of people lining the street because really North Alabama, we've got one of the top, fisheries in America in Lake Guntersville. And so in the Tennessee River system, the entire system's a good fishery. But he's going to be there, same thing. You'll get the opportunity to meet him, talk fishing techniques, talk about, different spots, and, that he likes to fish on Guntersville. And
now, what time will he be here on Sunday?
he's going to be coming after church. So he goes to church at First Baptist Guntersville, and he'll be driving up after that. So, imagine around 1 o'clock and be here for, a while, signing autographs, meeting people. And then, one thing that's, that we really want to emphasize is we believe in getting kids involved in the outdoors. So kids 12 and under get in free.
Okay.
And so we want to make sure all the parents out there know that if you've got kids, the kids get in free. And another thing we do, we give away a lot of door prizes. We try to give away between 50 to 100 door prizes each day, and all kind of stuff like duck calls, different trips to places, tree stands. I mean, it's amazing the door prizes we give away. And so what you do is when you come in, you fill out your ticket, you put that in, and then we'll draw, usually around every 30 minutes to the hour for door prizes.
Well, the gentleman from Guntersville, the Bassmaster, is that what you said?
Yeah, Chris Lane.
We've got several fishing teams in our area at Plainview. Northeast Alabama Community College has one. So I think a lot of people are beginning to find interest in the fishing competition side because they go fishing over at Weiss Lake and Lake Guntersville and Tennessee River, and they go to several competitions throughout the year.
Yeah, it's huge. I mean, it's amazing when you look at all the young people now. And, when I was growing up, we didn't have, a fishing team in high school. I wish we did. I would have been a part of it. And I think it's great to see, locally in North Alabama, the teams we've got. And now you've got kids getting scholarship. There's a guy that lives in Guntersville named Jordan Lee. He actually fished on the Elite Series while he was at Auburn. But he's an Auburn guy I know that, fished, went through high school, was able to get a scholarship and be on the college team. So, it's a great way to meet one of the guys that's done it professionally. If you are one of those youngsters that's on a team, to come out and talk to a professional and find out, hey, what does it take to be a professional? How do you get to that level? And Chris is a great guy. He's a family man. Our kids go to, preschool together, and, he's a solid believer in Christ, but he's also a phenomenal fisherman. But he's just one of the most down-to-earth people I know. And he's a great guy for, the fishermen to come out and talk to.
Well, what's most amazing to me is we've got this right in our own back door. We don't have to drive an hour or more to a big metropolitan city. We've got it right here in I call it the country where we live. I know it's several cities, but we appreciate you making it available. Now, how much does it cost to get in? What are the tickets? Because I know the kids are free.
Yep,
how about for the adults?
Yeah, we wanted to make it affordable, so kids 12 and under are free, and then for adults it's going to be $7.
Okay,
so,
that's still a very affordable thing to take the family out and enjoy. I'm sure there'll probably be some food vendors and things around there.
Absolutely, yeah. So, and like I said, so we'll have 123 different vendors, and that's all kind of different hunting and fishing products. There'll be some that'll have food. Then also the agribusiness center will be selling food as well. I can tell you one of the businesses we have is a business called Dream Ranch, and we're going to be having a tailgate special. And so I'm an Auburn fan. A lot of people know that I'm not exactly a huge Alabama fan, but I'm going to support Alabama that day. I'm actually going to have a TV in our booth. We're going to have all kind of tailgate food and have the Alabama-Kentucky game playing in our booth. So that way our representative up here, Nathaniel Ledbetter, will be happy because I know he's a big Bama fan. So any of you football fans, we will have the game there that day. It'll be in the Dream Ranch booth, which is we'll have a big tent set up. We'll have all kind of fun food. We're going to kind of do like a wild game theme.
Oh, wow.
And have maybe some elk, some buffalo, some deer, and some finger foods. And, it's really just a destination for people to take their families and enjoy. Kind of give you an idea, we've got a neat thing for kids. It's going to be a few booths down from ours that kids can go up and learn to shoot a BB gun. And it's a group that wants to teach kids about gun safety and about gun rights. And that, hey, we need to make sure that we have guns to protect us. And so they're coming in to teach kids about, gun safety with a BB gun. And it's a neat thing. So kids will actually have an opportunity at this one booth. And, Alpha Insurance is the one that agreed to sponsor that. And it's kind of a fun thing for kids to get to learn how to shoot a BB gun.
Well, you said you've been doing this in Huntsville for 7 years, I believe.
That's
So
right.
how did you have the idea to get started with this type of event?
Yeah, so I grew up in Boaz and loved outdoors. Grew up duck hunting, deer hunting, bass fishing, really everything you could think of hunting. And then I graduated from Auburn. We started a business called Dream Ranch, and it's a commercial hunting and fishing lodge. And we also raise whitetail deer. And so I made my living in the outdoor industry. I'd been going to trade shows promoting our own business, and then realized, you know what, there's really not any shows in North Alabama. It's all Birmingham South. And I said, why is that? There's tons of outdoorsmen in North Alabama, probably more than anywhere else in the state, honestly. And so we went to Huntsville and decided to do that. It was a huge hit. I mean, just like I said, we had over 30,000 people come last year. It's been a big success. And then we kind of looked, so you've got the Huntsville area there, and then you've got, Rangeville's probably at least an hour away. Mm-hmm. And, there's a lot of people here that don't have the opportunity for whatever reason to go to Huntsville. Right. So I think this will be a great location in, northeast Alabama that's, to let people have the same opportunity. I mean, like I said, there's going to be a lot of vendors there, 123 different vendors, and there's going to be some great deals on hunting and fishing products.
Well, and that's what it's all about, getting young people and all of us really outside rather than sitting inside. Our society today seems to want to stay inside, and they want it instantly on the phone or whatever. But I'm glad you have a passion for the outdoors and having opportunities for young people to come and learn valuable things. One thing I caught what you were saying is about careers. My new job today, I help kids, young people, explore different types of careers. And that was one thing I mentioned, that you had people who grew up and were looking for things to do other than maybe working inside. So
sure.
Maybe there's some opportunities. I noticed you said you raised a deer and had a place where people can come and hunt.
That's right.
So that's something you just didn't think of off the top of your head. Someone had to give you a little bit of an idea.
Sure, yeah, absolutely. So yeah, if you love the outdoors and you're considering a career in the outdoors, what better place to come than a hunting and fishing outdoor trade show, because you're going to have major manufacturers there. You're going to have hunting and fishing, stores that sell products. You're going to have boat manufacturers. We're going to have RV dealers there. I don't know, we haven't talked about that yet. We're going to have automobile dealers there, and then all kind of companies that sell feed and seed. And so if you start looking at the outdoor industry, the deer industry just in Alabama alone is a multi-billion with a B
and
dollar
people
industry.
Would not realize that. I mean, we're just like, I hope I don't hit one.
Right, exactly.
Driving down the road.
But so it's a great opportunity, and what better way than to make a living in your passion, so I think if you're interested in that, no doubt. And one of the things I want to talk about is Bankston RV is going to be there. So when you walk in the facility, they're going to be right there on the right. They're going to have tons of different campers, RVs, travel trailers that'll be there at the event that you can walk in and out and tour. So if you enjoy camping or enjoy the outdoors, or maybe need a camper for your hunting camp, you have the opportunity to actually look at one right there at the facility. And that's a big deal. A lot of people love camping in the outdoors, especially where we live, where it's so beautiful.
Yeah. And the other thing, it's all inside. You don't have to worry about rain or anything,
exactly.
And the sun being too hot. They've got huge fans in there, lots of indoor space for people to be. I just wonder how you're going to fit it all inside. Are you going to carry some of it out on the outside as well, maybe?
We'll have Bankston outside, and then also have Harbin outside, where they're doing the test drive promotion. If you test drive a Ford or Chevy, you can win a different cooler from them, a Yeti cooler that's going to be neat. So they'll be doing that. But then inside, it's going to be, we've got the entire, I think it's right at 70,000 square feet in there. The entire space is filled with vendors. Fortunately, we sold out a booth space in the exhibit hall. So, and then we're going to have the air conditioning cranked up, and it's going to be to make sure. And then we expect a lot of people to come out and support it, and get to meet everyone. And so,
well, that's one thing that's amazing to me. Your first time here, you've already sold out a booth space.
Yeah, we were fortunate. We had a lot of people that had been with us at the Huntsville show that wanted to come to Rangeville and had confidence in what we were going to do. And plus, they had confidence in this area. They said, hey, you know what? North Alabama people love to hunt and fish. They love the outdoors, and we're going to come here because the North Alabama people support the vendors, which is key. So
that is key. And one thing I was reading about it, seems like for every ticket purchase, there's a chance to take some cost off of a new vehicle. Is that what I read about Harbin?
Sure, yeah. So Harbin's one of our sponsors, and what they're doing is they're doing a promotion. So you'll get your ticket, and it'll be a little piece you can tear off, you can take with you. And if you want to buy an SUV or a truck from them, a Ford or Chevy, you get $1,000 off that purchase with your ticket. So that's a big deal. They're a good sponsor. They were another sponsor who made it possible to bring in Jace. And so if you're looking to buy a car or truck, it's worth to come get a $7 ticket to get $1,000 off.
That's a huge return on that $7.
Absolutely.
Plus, you get to spend a lot of time walking around and visiting the vendors. Tell us probably what's one of the most, I don't want to say strange, maybe unusual type things that people can expect. When you go through a trade show and you're looking around, you're always like, oh my gosh, I never thought that existed. So there's got to be something out there that you've seen.
Yeah.
I don't recall visiting a hunting or a fishing expo. I'm just curious, what's going to surprise the average person, like myself?
Yeah, probably the thing that's going to surprise people the most is what we call the W booth. It stands for the women's booth. And it's like you're going in a hunting and fishing show. And then what these vendors have learned is that wives like to come to these things as well. Daughters like to come. And so when I first went in, to hunting and fishing show, I'm like, wait a minute, that's not hunting and fishing. And so, there's a few booths in every hunting and fishing outdoor show that's catered towards women. And, so we've got a guy that's selling perfume. We've got another vendor that's selling women's clothing that's kind of outdoor, a little bit trended. And so, that'll kind of surprise, I think, some of our people, is that we have a few booths that are actually tailored towards, women's products that even aren't necessarily outdoor related, but just to kind of make sure that, hey, we want everybody to be welcome, women, children, men. And so they've got some what we call W booths, and we got that from Rick and Bubba.
Okay.
So they do an expo down there. That's not an original. That's not anything I came up with. That's what they said. They call it the W booth, and then some of them will put a big W on their booth to let everybody know that, hey, come shop here. So.
I heard someone say one time, admire and acquire. So if you admire it, you acquire it and bring it to what you're doing.
Yeah.
I really like the idea of having the big screen TV for the football buffs to come in. There's a guy that works at Mountain Valley that had to have it TVs for his daughter's wedding. Can you believe he would do something like that?
I'm more concerned that he had a wedding on a football weekend.
Tells you how much power he has in that household.
No, but you got to have a football screen if you're going to do in
Anything
Alabama and Auburn. We got to make sure you got a football screen. So we'll have that up all day, and it'll be a fun experience. Another vendor we got that's from Coleman, Alabama, that's coming over is Wilburn Outdoors.
Okay.
And they're an outdoor store. So they're going to have, similar to Cabela's, similar to Bass Pro Shop, they're a locally owned business that does that. So they'll have tree stands, they'll have shooting houses, they'll have trail cameras, they'll actually have guns for sale, they'll have binoculars. So anything you can think of that would be in a Cabela's or Bass Pro Shop, they're going to have right there. They'll have and the good thing is they're really good prices. It's right before hunting season, so bow season kicks in October 15th, gun season middle of November. So right here, y'all are getting ready for hunting season. We'll have all kind of great products, and then they're going to be really good deals because they're ready to get these products moved and before hunting season.
And they're trying to make sure they're ready for the market because they want to, like you say, sell their inventory, sell their product.
Exactly.
Now you were talking, I really thought it was a neat idea about the game tasting, the different kinds of things. What kind of things can people expect to come and try?
Sure, yeah, we're going to have different things we're going to have at the Dream Ranch booth. We're going to have buffalo, we're going to have elk, we're going to have salmon that was caught this summer by me and my two boys. We're going to have venison, and that's all I can think of for now. But that's going to be, 4 different kind of varieties that'll be neat. We're going to have, one of the things we're fortunate, we've got a chef at Dream Ranch that works with us year-round. He's actually going to be up there preparing the food, so you can come by the tent, and we'll have finger foods all day for people to try. Also have Cokes, water, soft drinks.
Anytime you offer food, that can get a lot of people's attention.
Yeah, especially wild game. It's kind of unique. And so this salmon it's actually salmon that was caught fresh out of, Alaska. So
Wow.
it's sockeye and king salmon. We're pretty excited about that.
It looks very appetizing, especially when the bears are getting it,
Yeah, try to stay away from the bears. So if we saw a bear, you definitely want to,
Stay clear.
Yeah, stay in the boat. So.
Well, I don't blame you for that. Safety is always a priority. Now tell us again a couple of things that, remember the kids can get in free, 12 and under, I believe you said?
That's right, yeah. So 12 and under get in free. Adults are going to be $7. And then also on Saturday and Sunday, a special promotion we're running that's actually compliments of Mountain Valley News and their sponsorship, is the first 100 people on Saturday and Sunday get in free. And so that's part of, if y'all see Mountain Valley News, make sure you thank them. They were part of the sponsorship that brought Jace, as well as also letting the first 100 people on Saturday and Sunday get in free. And so you want to not pay the $7, get in free, make sure you're there at 10 o'clock. That's when it opens on Saturday, and then also 10 on Sunday.
Sunday. Well, that's one thing we need to make sure we get the word out. That's why we're here today. That's why Mr. Ainsworth is here to promote the event, because we need you guys to support it and tell your friends about it, encourage them to come and participate, because usually these types of events are much further away than Rainsville, Alabama. And what's amazing to me, the people have bought into it. They bought the booths. They're filled up, and we just need people to come and participate, to bring a group of friends and come and spend the day, have some great drawings. Now, usually if my children were little, I would end up getting for one of them to get a duck call.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm sure that would not be the quietest thing to have in the car ride going home.
Yeah, my kids, and we'll have duck calls there. And what's great is actually the duck callers have adapted and realized that, like, kids love duck calls. So now they have little bitty duck calls with lanyards, and they price them affordable at like $5 instead of a $30 duck call. So every time we go to an expo, my kids end up doing that. And you're exactly right. They blow those things all the way home. It doesn't really sound like a duck because they haven't quite learned how to blow them. But it's a lot of fun. The kids learn to start blowing a duck call, which is important. And one thing we haven't talked about, I forgot on the fishermen, we're actually going to have 3 different boat manufacturers there that'll be selling boats. So, if you're looking for a fishing boat, if you're looking for a pontoon boat, if you're looking for potentially even a ski boat or a duck hunting boat, we're going to have all of that there. You can get in them, climb up in the boats. And so that's a big deal for people who are looking to buy boats and enjoy the water, which most of us do in North Alabama because of the Tennessee River.
Yeah. I've always said when retirement time comes around, I'm going to buy a truck and a boat, and that's where I'm going to spend my time, on the water.
Absolutely.
I used to do it as a kid, but it's been a long gap in between that kid time and retirement time. So I'm looking for something to do when work time is over. A little fun.
Absolutely.
Well, tell us about the turkey. That's a big hunting thing when people in our neck of the woods. Have you got something geared more toward the turkey industry?
Absolutely, yeah. So whether it's deer, turkey, duck, bass fishing. So let's go over turkey first. So, turkey, we're obviously going to have turkey callers there. We'll be having people that'll be selling, turkey blinds, turkey decoys. And so, that's some neat thing that, really all the turkey hunters can appreciate. And every turkey hunter's got a different call they prefer, and we'll have several callers there, companies that actually sell the products, the calls, the slate calls, and as well as the mouth calls as well. And then on the duck hunting, we're going to have companies there that sell boats. We're going to have companies there that'll be selling decoys, selling duck calls, and actually got several different duck call exhibitors there. That's a big thing. And one interesting thing is when we talk to exhibitors from around the country, we've got one of the largest areas in the southeast of duck hunters, and it's because of the Tennessee River system coming down, and people hunting on Guntersville, people hunting in Decatur. We have really great duck hunting in the southeast, and so our duck hunting vendors do really well, at our show, and so they'll be there. Deer hunting, wow, we got all kind of deer hunting stuff: tree stands, shooting houses, bows, bow and arrows, archery equipment, steps, spikes for putting up stands, all kind of different trail cams, the latest and greatest technology there. They even have you ever seen the glasses they've got that has a camera on it? So that's the latest trend in hunting now is, to have a camera even on the end of your shotgun. There'll be some of those there. Or have glasses, and the camera lens is actually right there. And so while you're hunting, the camera lens is filming what you're seeing.
What you're doing.
And that's a neat trend, and something that's
amazing with technology today?
It is.
It's come so far.
You just take off your glasses, you hook in a USB line, download it right to your computer, and you've got the file right there to be able to do that. So, that's the stuff, with deer hunting that'll be there. And then bass fishing, we've got a great company right here locally in Boaz. It's called the Tackle Trap. And they've got 4 different booths there. They're going to be doing, any type, and they've got really good deals and specials. But, lures, all kind of rods and reels, and they do phenomenal specials. Probably out of, the fishing side, they're one of the, hottest companies for doing good deals for people on fishing.
right here in North Alabama for someone
That's
who
right.
can go to and see what they've got to offer here at the expo, and also just down the road to go visit them in their store.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
Well, we certainly do appreciate all of our sponsors coming in. So let's run down the list of those corporate sponsors again, what they're offering, what they're helping you do. And I guess before we do that, let's talk one more time. Who are our big name people coming in? Let's tell them
Sure.
in case they've
Yeah, so
forgotten that.
yeah,
That's
if you're
really
just-
important.
Yeah, so Jace Robertson's going to be here on Saturday. He's from the hit show Duck Dynasty. He'll be here from 11 to 3. And the great thing about that, you'll be able to meet him, get his autograph, and take your picture with him. And then on Sunday, we've got Chris Lane. He's from Gunnersville. He won the Bassmaster Classic in 2013, professional fishing angler. And so all you fishermen out there that want to talk to him about strategy, techniques, what works on Gunnersville, he's one of the best. Then as far as the hours, it's going to be October 1st, so not this weekend but the next. It's going to be the 1st and 2nd. Starts at 10 a.m. each day. And one of the promotions we talked about that Mountain Valley News is sponsoring is the first 100 people on Saturday and Sunday get in free. And so when y'all see Nathaniel, make sure you thank him for that. That's a big deal. Then you've got Harbin, First South Farm Credit, Bankston, and Mountain Valley News that were a big sponsor that made it possible for Jace as well as Chris Lane to come. And, it's tough to get those celebrities
Oh,
here.
yes. Yes.
And that was a big deal. So make sure you support them. Harbin's going to be doing a test drive. Bankston's going to be having their RVs out there. If you're looking to buy, we haven't even talked about this. We'll actually have real estate companies there that'll be, having land for sale. And then we'll have First South Farm Credit will be available if you want to finance the land. They're right there and can handle that. So you can actually go through, look at all the tracts of land that are available in North Alabama, and then the financing's there as well. So
That's amazing. And don't forget, your ticket also gets you a $1,000 discount off of a truck or a
SUV or truck with Harbin. That's a big deal. And kids 12 and under get in free. We want to encourage kids to be involved in the outdoors. Adults are $7, so you basically can get in for $7 to a really good expo.
And don't forget, we've got something for the ladies. You bring your husbands, bring your wife. The whole family can come for $14. There's all kinds of eating and snacks and food vendors. And we hope that you'll promote this event October 1st and 2nd. Thank you so much, Will, for being with us. It's really nice to get to know you.
Yeah,
Hope
absolutely.
your event goes well. And we appreciate you watching us. Don't forget, this is Mountain Valley Today. We're on Farmers Telephone Channel 6 TV. We're on WFPA 1400 in Fort Payne. And we're always on MountainValleyNewspaper.com. We'll see you next time.